here. We've just come up this river. We're hearing a bit of workings down here. Don't know what's going on, but we're going to cruise down and have a scratch around and see what we can find. Oh, that's the noise. Bloody big dredge here. No, it's the Abyss Dredges, I believe. Trying to find some gold. She's got a good setup there. There you go. Nice to meet you guys here.
Oh, nice. Good to see you.
Yeah, good to see you,
You
mate.
made it up, buddy.
Yeah,
Awesome.
No, you look good. Well, you're doing some hard work there.
Oh yeah, welcome to the Dredge site.
Yeah.
Our last trip in, we came in and dug a little hole right down here, probably pulled 3-4 grams out of that little hole.
That looks nice.
So that was really good.
Yeah.
It's quite deep, it's nice to hear. It's on quite shallow bedrock now,
Yeah.
which is better to work off.
Oh,
So
yeah,
now
no,
we've got
awesome.
places to stack rocks, so
Good. Beautiful day. Well, we'll get to it, mate.
Okay, so we just cleaned out this big crack here and a few little flakes, pretty much nothing. Cleaned out this, once again, a few little flakes, pretty much nothing. Cleaned out this, a few little flakes, pretty much nothing. And then that crevice there, very little material. That had like half a dozen flakes and that crack, but very little material. But I'll show you guys this massive dredge and how they're doing it all. So that is the Keene 6-inch Supermax dredge, one of the biggest river dredges around. So you've got the main dredge, they have a big 6-inch nozzle in the hole there, which sucks up all the material. Boy, its suction is strong, would just about rip your arm off if you weren't careful. But they're sucking that out of the hole, and so that all comes up through here, blows it all out. Well, not blows it out, catches all the gold. And then there's the little venturi nozzle at the bottom under the screen, and then that sucks any of the fines back up down through these two smaller sluices, and that ensures they miss nothing. Has probably a better recovery rate than a normal sluice even. Very effective. Oh, I got to see it this morning, and boy, there was gold all through it from yesterday. Probably what, I don't know, half an ounce almost. But they're digging out that hole, I think they're on bedrock, getting some nice gold out of there. And they're planning, I think, on coming all up through this whole stretch here. There's big heavy rocks here, so that'll likely be a good spot to get in with the dredge. But yeah, that's it, the dredge for you. We'll get up, there's a few good spots upstream where we can see visible gold in the crevices. Only little bits, but you can still see it, so we might try some of that. We'll get back to you. So we're upstream from where the dredge was. We've got our massive sluice set up. We're putting quite a bit of material through it just from in that hole there. Have only got a few teeny little specks of colour here and there, but I then thought I'd come up this bank. And if you look in here, this little spot, I haven't actually at the bedrock, I've cleaned this out, and from that much material, probably about 3 pans, 2 little, only little pickers, but 2 little pickers, and then 5 or 6 bits of smaller stuff. There's not really much fine gold, it's mostly, yeah, big or nothing here, but solid wee bit of colour out of there. With a little sluice going just to chuck some stuff through, and then the big sluice down there. So we'll get back into it. So we're just upstream again, cleaning out this bedrock crevice. Got some material, did a first pan, got a few little flakes, but look at this. You see that? It's a bit of gold right there, sitting on the bedrock. It's quite a decent wee flake right there. Beautiful to see it like that. So we'll suck that up.
Dylan's moving some massive bits of bedrock. Hopefully, some gold under that. He's doing some good work. Maybe deserves some gold.
Okay, so we've been cleaning this all out, getting only a few little flakes, but I thought I would go upstream. Have you seen the Abyss Dredging's channel? This is where they got their handful of nuggets video. It's one of the most viewed, and they got heaps of nuggets. all through here. But I went just round the stream, right? Oh yeah, they pulled this massive rock out in the video, all sorts. I went just round the corner, and there was a bit of a crevice like this that came down with a trickle of water. And none of these crevices have been any good. But I thought, oh, let's do a quick little test out of that crevice. So I got a little bit of material, didn't even get down to the bedrock. I was like, why not pan that out, just see if there's anything. And look at that, that's like a massive picker there, like a small little nugget almost. And then there's all those other flakes there. That is an absolute beauty. Just sitting there like that on the pan off the top of that crevice, and it's a big crevice. So we're hyped for that. We're going to head up and clean that out. So we're at this crevice where I got that picker from. We've done a bunch of pans. I'm only getting a few flakes of pan. It's kind of died off and we were quite disappointed. It was a bit of a fluke until we came down underwater. See if you can... There's one little bit there. See that flake of gold? If you move down, look at that beauty. My biggest bit. Not sure if you can hear me when the camera's underwater. There's a little bit there and a massive bit right there, just sitting on the bedrock. So that's mental. We'll clean that out. Look at that. Just came off the ground there. It's got to be one of the best bits we've found yet. Probably not quite our biggest bit, but it's definitely up there. You can feel it's got some weight to it. And looking at that crevice, I wouldn't be surprised if it's got some more nice beauties like that. It's stunning. But we'll get back into it. So in there, sitting upside down, was this rock, and just off it we just picked off nice solid little flake, just sitting on the rock. It's just all, we're doing all these pans of the material, and we're getting next to nothing. It's just, we see it on the rocks and pick it off. You just see it on the bedrock. We've got more picking it off the bedrock or seeing them on rocks than we have from actually panning. We've got that one massive picker from that first test pan, and we had a few finds and maybe a small picker or two every pan. But really, the best, I can see why so many people are keen to do sniping in spots like this, because really it is literally sitting right on the bedrock, the very bottom thing. It's a solid wee piece. And that bit, it's definitely borderline getting up there. It's almost certainly in our top 3, if not the biggest bit we've got ever. Like, look at that. That is a beautiful little picker slash mini nugget there. Like, look at that. We just saw it sitting there on the bedrock. He actually found it. He was mother suckering out the hole, and then yeah, we showed you it was just sitting there. It's absolutely amazing. Mother sucker, paid off, yeah. Yeah, paid off. But yeah, we're cleaning it out. It looks like, yeah, there's a bit up here, but it looks like it's just come down here. Because I think they've dredged all through here, but I don't think they came up to here because the material's so shallow. Yeah, we reckon they would have pulled this rock out of here and moved it up to here, and then all this stuff is untouched virgin ground. So we'll keep cleaning that out. Between 0.21 and 0.22 grams for that beautiful bit. It's huge. This is the dredge. They've just done a second day dredging, and look at all the gold just shining all through the top of it. There's just gold everywhere in it. They reckon it's probably an ounce. I reckon it's even more. It's absolutely mental. Gold there, all through there. There's a nice big bit there. Heaps up there. Lots of smaller bits there. Lots in that corner. It's just everywhere. Heaps of gold in there. Look at this beauty. 4-ounce nugget. It's like the biggest thing I've ever seen. It's huge. They found this up a creek with a metal detector. Absolutely mental. Like, look at that piece.
Amazing.
Never seen anything like it.
That is real gold. Well, I think it is.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
It's like a sinker, yeah.
It's like a sinker.
It's totally like a sinker.
Done a bit more cleaning out these crevices, and as well as a few more nice pickers. We just got another pan, and there's another big mini nugget there, or massive picker, whatever you want to call it. That's probably got to be at least 0.1, if not like what, 0.12, 0.15 of a gram. Not as big as the big bit we found yesterday, but still a very big piece indeed. And then a few fines there, which that was actually just in there, not even in the main crevice where we got the first big bit. That's solid. We'll keep going. Okay guys, so remember how we found that 0.22 gram piece yesterday and it was the biggest bit we've ever found? Well, come have a look at this.
I just shoveled this out, just directly out of there.
So there.
And there's this bit of gold here, look.
Look at that!
It's the biggest bit of gold I've ever got.
That's absolutely huge. That is a monster nugget. Listen to this. Look at that. That's like a rock. Holy crap. It's actually...
We were just about to go upstream and try some other spots. We thought, oh, this has got, it could be better. We just persisted and it was just sitting like this is a bedrock here.
There's not even any bloody fine gold here, and then we just get those few pickers that
sitting on top of this bedrock here.
Big picker, and then we just pulled this nugget out of it. Look at that. That is absolutely huge. I don't even know how much it's going to weigh, but look at that. That is an absolutely mental nugget. And who knows, there could be more in there, but got pulled up the shovel and it was just sitting there on the shovel. Just sitting there. It's it in a pan like that. It's quite a roughened up nugget. Like you can see there's a lot of crap in there, I think. That's still gold nonetheless. It's got to be grams of gold there. It's absolutely mental. So we'll run back and we'll show the dredging guys, because boy, even for them that's got to be big. But look at that. That is a monster.
Rich.
But yeah, we'll keep digging. Still can't get over that nugget, guys. We're pulling out multiple more nice, probably like 0.1, 0.2 of a gram pickers every second pan, which is really nice. And yeah, you can just see the gold on the bedrock there. I'll just take you underwater and I'll show you this bit we just spotted. See that bit of gold just sitting there?
Oh, look at that.
It's great. We'll get back to digging. Just spotted another bit just sitting on the bedrock. Pulled out a nice picker. The gold here is just mental. We've got what? We got our best trip just the other week, but it looks like we're about to break it again. And that nugget, it's got to be the best, yeah, in an hour. We got maybe half a gram yesterday, but it's absolutely bonkers. That nugget, those pickers, and it's just consistent. It's absolutely mental. This is a god spot there. The Abyss Dredge just said it might be one of the biggest bits they've found out of this river even, that nugget. It's absolutely mental. We'll get back to digging. Mother suckering it, and the mother sucker's really coming handy here. But to be honest, we never really used it too much until this spot, and it is just carrying us. Without it, we'd get none of this material. Absolutely great. But yeah, we'll get back into it. Just at another pan, that's got to be a 1/4 gram piece there. That's big little nugget.
Super exciting it wasn't for the nugget.
Yeah, but whether that big nugget would be hyped over that, that would probably be our biggest bit again, over that 0.2. But look at that nugget in the snuffer. Like, it's massive. We just got our best trip the other week, which was, what, just over 10 grams, but we're already just that nugget alone. Oh, what? I reckon we might be able to beat it. Not sure exactly, but boy, we've definitely got to be getting close. Get back to digging.
Yeah.
So what I'm doing here is, we've got this little spy thing, and I'm essentially just putting it in the water with one hand and using the other to blow material off, like gold snipers do. And it's actually works really well and is really profitable. There's a little bit of gold in there. We'll see if I can zoom you in on that underwater. There's that bit of gold there. I just got it spying it with that. So maybe we'll give you some underwater footage of me getting some stuff out. Don't see any more bits, sadly, and this water is very, very cold. But we'll keep doing that, maybe suck it out, pan it a bit more and see what we get. Working away at the hole, the gold does seem to be getting a little bit weaker, but it's still solid. We're just about to have our lunch break for the second day, and bring over and show you some of the gold. Hey, so for reference, this little bit here, this was the, let's see if we can zoom you in. That was the 0.03 gram piece we got test panning at the other spot the other day, downstream. Then we move up, these are both 0.07 to 8ish each. This bit here was the bit I got test panning in the spot and decided to move here. And then that was another nice picker we got. Then this bit, really I've decided we're going to call anything over 1/5 of a gram, so anything over 1/5, so 1/5 is not a nugget, but anything over 1/5 of a gram is a nugget. So that's 0.22, so that's the nice little nuggets we saw just sitting there in the crevice, and that we found yesterday, and that was the biggest bit we'd ever found up until today. Then we got nice picker we got today on the bedrock. Those 3 small nuggets, I reckon they're really solid. I reckon they're probably what? Just as big as the other bit, 0.2 to maybe even 1/4, maybe even 1/3 of a gram each. Those 2 left bits are really big. Then we have probably what? I reckon 1.5 grams of fines, maybe 2 grams. There's a few bits you can call pickers in there. And then of course the nugget, monster nugget. That's all our gold for today in the big blue pan. I reckon, oh boy, we've still got the rest of today and tomorrow. I reckon this is gonna, I'm not actually sure how much the nugget will weigh. I don't know, it looks pretty bloody massive. I reckon 5 grams, easy. Could be bigger, could be less, I don't really know. It's weighs a lot, feels like a sinker. But look at that. Look at that. But yeah, we might be able to, the record we set the other week for our best trip, we might smash that out of the park again. We'll see how we go. Really solid hole. And yeah, this isn't much material, we're not doing a lot of work, we're just crevicing, sucking it out, really taking it chill. We've probably done the equivalent material of what, 3 buckets maybe, pushing it. But yeah, solid. Get back into it. So sadly I couldn't get this one live. I was just down here, it's the evening, I was just doing some more crevicing, sucking it out, doing a few more pans, and see, right where that little quartz rock is, just there. So I was doing a pan just in the river here, I looked back at the hole and I saw a glint of shininess, and I was like, no, that can't be gold. So I came over, sure enough, picked it out, second biggest bit of the trip. Look at that beautiful piece. I had to go back to get the camera, sadly, but we weighed it up, and that's a 3/4 gram nugget. Just sitting right there in the hole. Not as big as the massive bit, but that's still an awesome piece of gold there. Before today, that would have been our previous biggest bit 4-fold. What a nugget. We've got 2 big nuggets, a massive nugget, a big nugget, and lots of little small nuggets on this trip so far. And that crack still has plenty to give. That brings us up to 10.5 grams for the day today. So our previous best trick, yeah, last week, 3 days all out digging, by far our best, and that was just over 10. This is 1 day, just crevicing chill, and we've already got more than that. Bonkers. Get back into it. After about 2 hours of crevicing this morning, getting the bottom of the hole, we just got nothing and nothing. And we're about to call it quits. We're like, if there's nothing in this pan, we'll go downstream and have a bit of a scratch around. And then last pan, nice big picker. Might not be last pan there. So that's probably not going to be the last pan. We're probably going to do plenty more. We'll see if we can get that totally cleared out. There's also a few bits of micro gold as well. That's solid, nice bonus. We'll keep doing it. Just finishing off the hole, getting the last bits of gravel out, making sure all the cracks are totally clean before we head off. We can't really any further down than really there. There's going to be no gold there because that's all been dredged, and even if this bit yeah, that's all been dredged, so there's no gold in there, and this bit might have been dredged, and if it hasn't, well, they've dredged that, so the gold's just here, and if it has, it's just stuff that's come off the bank, so it's not going to be in there anyway. So pretty much the gold's only going to be in here, and sadly, after I pulled out that 3/4 gram nice nugget last night, we've had, I think, one, like, 0.2 of a gram big picker, or mini nugget, but after that, it's just kind of went dry. Just a few flakes here and there. Although, we did the... And I just... that's fun. Although, this put out this big bit of lead, and lead is, outside of gold, one of the heaviest things that can be in a river. It's normally put there by people, but it is still pretty heavy there, and that was in the bottom of the hole, so that is a good sign, because that's similar weight to a gold nugget, so there could definitely be more in there. And definitely a lot of heavy rocks, like there are iron rocks there that just came out of the pan. But yeah, we'll keep going and finish up and see. So we've cleaned out the best of those other crevices where we got the nugget and all those pickers, so we thought we'd come for a bit of exploratory work, and we came up to this crevice. It's not in quite as good a location as it murks up and doesn't really clear out. Did a few pans, we're only getting a few specks, but we thought why not get to the bottom bedrock. And first little crevice sucked out pan from the bottom of the bedrock. And there's a massive picker slash little nugget in there. Look at that beautiful one. I reckon that's 0.2, more than a fifth of a gram, so I'm going to call that a nugget. Nice wee piece. Like, it's amazing, even just yesterday, we'd find bits that are half that size and would totally freak out, and they'd be some of the biggest bits we'd ever got. And now we're getting bits like this that it's just, oh yeah, that's pretty good. It's absolutely mental. It's just the gold is so much chunkier here. There's no fine gold. It's not, it works a lot differently. Normally when we prospect, it's always test pan, test pan, test pan, get a good spot with surface gold and then dig down. But here it's like, find a good crevice or good looking untouched spot and just dig it down until you hit bedrock and see what you get, really. But yeah, that's a nice little nugget there. So we'll add that in and we'll do some more of this crevice. Hopefully it yields some more good gold as well. Before we weigh it up, I just want to give a massive thank you to all our channel patrons. If you're interested in becoming a patron as well and throwing a heap of support behind the channel while receiving a ton of extra bonus perks, make sure to check the link in the description below. Now, let's weigh up that nugget. Okay, so we're here doing the weigh up. We're still going to get out doing some more mining. We've barely moved any material at all, just really been crevicing. So we have our fines here. This is mostly little flakes and small pickers and stuff, nothing of interest. Our little nuggets slash big pickers, these can range up to, actually the biggest bit is here, this bit we've done upstream, up to almost a 1/4 gram, 0.24, and then some quite nice big bits there. In fact, today, out of our 10 biggest bits of gold, 7 of them were found today. It's absolutely mental. We've just found big gold after big gold. Like, nowhere anywhere else we've been as compared in terms of big gold here. And then, of course, the motherlode nugget. There it is.
The piranha.
Look at that. Yeah, he wants to call it the piranha nugget because it looks like a... You look at it like that. It looks a bit like a piranha. But we're going to weigh it up and see what it is. I have already weighed all these individually, but first we'll do the fine gold. This was probably maybe 1/2 gram. That is, 0.64, 0.63 of fine gold. So that's not bad at all. That's a solid amount of smaller gold. Then if we add in the bigger bits, we'll just chuck them all in at once. I won't waste time weighing them all individually. Chuck in the bigger. That brings it up to 1.67, so there's, what, 1.1 grams of bigger gold in there. So that's not bad at all. Solid few pickers there. And then, of course, actually, I can probably just go like this. The nugget. So I've tiered it. .53 grams. Actually came up as a bit more before we weighed it up earlier at the Dredge's place. It came up at 7.7 on their scales, but 7.53, that is still a monster. Maybe it's lost a bit of weight, all of us
Dried out.
throwing it around, or maybe it dried out properly because it was probably full of water, but that is still 7.5 gram nugget. Boy, that is absolutely huge.
Plus the other stuff, you tiered it though, that's just the way to the nugget, eh?
There we go, like that. Total is 9.13 for today, but we're still going to get back out there, and 10. Our previous best was what, 10 grams in one 3-day trip, digging all out, and this is 10 grams.
There's a couple of bits from yesterday, wasn't there?
Half a day, just going chill. Mental. We'll get back out. And after that, we still found the 3/4 gram nugget, half a dozen or so big pickers / mini nuggets, and another gram or so of fines, bringing the trip total to just around about 13 grams of gold, which is by far our best trip, considering we probably only moved, what, 2 buckets worth of material in total, although it did of course take a lot of time. But thanks so much everyone for watching. We are totally over the moon with this trip, and thanks so much for Abyss Dredging to let us come up to their claim and do some prospecting with them. If you haven't yet checked out, subscribed and liked their channel, Abyss Dredging, make sure to check it out. Link will be at the end of this video, and it's in the featured channel section on our homepage. But outside of that, stoked. Thanks so much for watching, and we hope to see you on the next one.